Now who wanna move close enough? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah, we got 'em, yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em, finger bottle, never stop it, till the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring, Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world.
What's up, everybody? This is Ted Karras of the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cincy Hat, and you're watching Bengals and Brews.
I love that, man.
Yeah, it's a great intro, you know.
I know. What other podcast does Ted Karras introduce every single time? I don't think there is one. Nationwide, international. Doesn't happen.
Are we the best show that has Brews in their name and Ted Karras does the introduction for? Some are saying. Streets are saying.
I Googled it on my computer, and 100% it probably said that almost.
Teddy did charge me. I'm just kidding. Teddy didn't charge me anything. Yeah, Teddy was cool doing it.
Yep.
No, we were talking.
No game yesterday, huh?
No, but the Bengals still winning. They just continued this winning weekend for me. It started on Thursday night with the Bengals beating the Ravens, continued into the Ohio State University beating that team up north, Michigan Wolverines. I'll still give them I'll still say their name. I have no problem saying their name. But belt to ass in that game, so that was nice.
They're not back to the team up north now that you guys beat them. Isn't it reset that team up north shit?
I don't care. Man, they don't even matter. It's irrelevant. They're not in the playoffs. They're not the Big Ten championship. That doesn't even matter. But no, we continued winning because, well, we always like to see the Browns lose. They lost to the 49ers. But then the big one in the 4 o'clock window, we needed the Bills to beat the Steelers so they could get back down. Now the Steelers would be 6-6 with the loss, and that's exactly what happened. The second half, the Steelers completely melted down. James Cook, Josh Allen, the boys took care of business, and now we got to face those same boys this week, going to Buffalo for Cincinnati versus Buffalo. But we're 2 games out of the playoffs, and this is crazy, right? Last week we're 3-8. The sky is falling. You win one damn game, you're 4-8. The Ravens are 6-6. The Steelers are 6-6. It's not impossible to make the playoffs. And playoffs, we're talking about playoffs. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it right now. We'll see what happens.
That's because when Joe Burrow walks in the building, all them hands go up, and they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. The savior of Cincinnati is back. We all said, can he play defense? Apparently, he fucking can. Apparently, he can go out and possess these guys on defense to actually play. The dude came back. Our defense played fucking great. We won the game against the Ravens. We're all fucking hyped up. We're back in it. Let's go. Nobody wants to see the fucking Bengals in the playoffs. Joe Burrow's back and our defense looked legit. Waiting to see how they look against Buffalo.
And I've done a couple shows since that victory, but, you know, not everybody's been able to be on, so we'll spread the love around here. Dustin, we'll continue with the Bengals game, and then you can expand on that along with, you know, should we even be thinking of playoffs? I mean, honestly, you got to beat Buffalo, I think, to really feel like there's a chance. But, hey, I feel like there's at least a chance, right? Am I crazy?
We fucking own them. I don't want to go into it thinking that, but Jesus Christ, man, like, yeah, there's a chance. Like, do you think that Buffalo's a better team than Baltimore was? They don't look that great right now. They're having issues, man. So hopefully we go up there and take care of business like we do every fucking time. That's what we do. That's what one of the things that Joe Burrow does. He's got a list of things he does, at least 10 shit. And one of them says beat Josh Allen. That's what he does.
Yeah. Dustin, your thoughts from the game on Thursday and then playoffs in general?
Ooh. You know, really a pleasant surprise. Not so much that our offense was able to move the ball. I would say Ravens' defense was improving. So it wasn't like one of those where I think we were playing a Ravens defense from earlier in the year where I'm like, oh, yeah, everybody's getting up and down the field. So that was nice to see. I mean, obviously, like, Burrow's return was awesome. Just like seeing his accuracy and processing, I think, you know, we're going to have the debate again. He did get under center, but it was, again, like not as much motion as we had with Flacco in there. Straight back to the Burrow offense, whatever. We like to throw the ball. So I'm tired of hearing that argument. Like, we should run the ball more. No, Burrow likes to spread and shred. That's what it's always going to be. So push that to the side. Done having that conversation. And that's the best with our offense. Like we have receivers that can get open, get on the ball. Conversely, coming up against the Bills, their wide receiver core, like man up on those to stop the run. Also, just awesome to see our defense make plays and cause turnovers. When Al Golden was hired, one of his main quotes was, "We have Burrow at quarterback. Let's get him the ball." And I think the defense that we played on Thursday is the defense that I think could be our potential in terms of opportunistic. Obviously, like some of the pass rushing stats for Miles Murphy, Osai, great seeing those guys come along. And I think in the secondary, DJ Turner continues to excel. Jalen Davis, like we've always loved him. Like what took so long to get him on the field? Like he's a guy. This isn't a flash in the pan. I think that dude can actually ball. So him with the strip on Zay Flowers, as we had our own fumble towards the end, which we want to clean that up towards the end of the game when you're trying to run the clock down. But just was awesome to sit back on Thanksgiving, the night game, watch them play good ball and get back into things,
Yeah, and then Greg, you were on here, but you can kind of kick us off because I don't know, man. I was so happy and excited and a little buzzed up on our post-game show. We have Rashad Genty come in, who was awesome that he popped in with us too. But I don't think we did game balls, did we, Greg?
No, we did not.
Right.
All right, so we'll let you kick off game balls, and we'll start on the offensive side of the ball. That way we can just, spread a little love, still in that Thanksgiving holiday mood here with Christmas upcoming next.
I know this is easy, but I got to go Joe Burrow. He came back. I mean, he
boy
just
got a touchdown.
I don't care, man. He came back.
He don't give a fuck, man. Yoshi's out.
Fuck, man. He came back. He clearly sparked everybody, like you said, Chop. He sparked not just the offense, apparently sparked the defense to play better. He's got the magic. I got to give it to Joe, man. I don't care. I know he didn't have like one of his best games, but I don't give two shits. You come back from a turf toe that fast. That's fucking unbelievable, man. I'll take it.
Yeah, he only threw for 52%, but he still had 260 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. Yeah. And just the fact he was out there, number one, as a leader, but number two, like his mobility looked fine. Like you wouldn't have known like that he was dealing with the turf toe the way he was still able to maneuver in the pocket.
He actually looked better mobility wise than he did earlier in the year. Cause you remember I was, always saying like, man, he looks like he's not moving that great earlier in the season. And like, yeah, he was like vintage Burrow in the pocket moving around. And obviously we protected him, but like him, that pass to T Huddy, that's like plays that only a few quarterbacks in the NFL can make,
I will not be rooting for Buffalo, Crip. I want to on the record, there is no rooting for Buffalo.
Right.
Just I did yesterday. To be fair.
How do you think Joe looked as the game went on? Do you think he got better? Because I'm hoping, Joe had 10 weeks off. That's what he said. I didn't do the math. Like Joe's like, I prayed for 10 weeks, and for 10 weeks, people supported me. So for 10 weeks, he's hurt, right? And so when he comes back, I'm sure he's knocking a little rust off, and he beat the Ravens on that game. So hopefully he's got that rust knocked off, and we go up north and beat the Buffalo.
And it wasn't just knocking the rust off. He didn't have T. Higgins, so like he didn't even have the full complement of the big money weapons guy he's familiar with in there. And I mean, we were excited about Mitch Tinsley, and I still think he's a guy, but he struggled in that game. He struggled tremendously. And you have to think, like, if that was T. Higgins, we probably win by even bigger. So I'm just saying, like, there's a lot to be excited about and think that he's only going to get more comfortable. And with T being back this week, it looks like it's exciting for the offense. And I'll go ahead and cut in and give a game ball next before anyone else. I'm going to make it difficult on Dustin and Chop to give their game balls out since we always try to give them to somebody different. So on offense, I'm going to say Chase Brown. And it's not just from this past game, but it's whatever that was, over 100 yards from scrimmage in the past 5 or 6 games. Bengals record.
Say it, franchise record, 6+ games.
6. So he's done it in 6 now, franchise record. So I'm giving him a game ball for that. Great job, Chase Brown. And even you were mentioning like going, no huddle and not as much under the center or whatever. Like Chase Brown is still awesome out there. Yeah. And things are going to open up more with T-back, I think, especially to get him the ball out in space as a receiver even more in some of these games. And he just looks good. Like his cutting, his quickness, his burst, everything is looking really good with Chase Brown here lately. And I'm excited about it because he was struggling earlier in the year, but that was always a little bit of the offensive line, but he just didn't look as explosive as he has here lately. Like he's really ramped up and he's looking good out there. So I'll give him a game ball. And then Chop, you want to go next and make it real tough on Dustin, or you got a guy even in mind for the offense here?
I don't even really have a guy in mind. I mean, literally, we won the game, but like our offense, if I'm thinking about it, like I just want to say that people might think I'd go Chase because LSU, because Greg already took Joe Burrow, who's LSU, but that's not true. I think what Jamar Chase did in that game is, that wasn't that game. It was the game before.
Well, he had over 100 yards in this game.
Jamar Chase. I was thinking about the goddamn Pittsburgh game for some reason.
Well, he wasn't playing in that.
He wasn't playing. Yeah.
But he spent.
I'll
give my game ball. I will take the low-hanging fruit that's left. I apologize, Dustin, but you're more clever than me. You can probably pick out one offensive lineman and give it to him. And
the whole line could get one, honestly.
That's right. I don't have the ability to do that, so I take the low-hanging fruit with Jamar Chase. That guy stepped up when T. Higgins was missing. I noticed, Dale, just like you did, some of those passes that Tinsley was thrown, I literally thought at the same time when he missed it, I thought, that's a pass that T would have caught. You know, so that's the difference. That's why we pay T like $30 million a year, because he can make those catches. So, but Jamar Chase stepping up when the other guy's out, he did a great job. Fucking love that dude. Kisses Jamar Chase.
Those out routes between him and Burrow are still just beautiful. You know, nothing's changed.
Balls. Yeah. Hey, Bro can have chops balls any day he wants.
Yeah, those out routes are nasty. It's just like their timing, you know, and sometimes it's Burrow throwing it from the other hash too, which is crazy, you know. So those haters that ever question Burrow's arm strength, just look at those throws, you know.
It's in tiny hands is why you can't throw that goddamn ball very good.
Yeah, that was a thing. He had a tweet about that too, right? You know, yeah. I will give the game ball to the offensive line. You know, they're just
all of them.
They continue to just stack amazing performances. I think Burrow pressured only 2 times. And you're walking into a stadium that's, you know, loud, hard to play. Not like the Ravens are the biggest pass rush like sack team in the league, but they got guys up there, and for them to continue to like keep the pockets clean and protect Burrow in his first game back, and just in the run game opening, just like not only are they opening holes, but they're like gaping holes, you know. Like Chase Brown just has to run forward and he's getting like 5 or 6 yards before he's touched. So those guys are just like balling. It's awesome to see.
I can't answer that. Michigan or Pittsburgh? Neither, man. What?
The one that doesn't have yellow in their color scheme out of those two.
Man. But no, we'll flip to the defense, and there's plenty of love to go around. We were already talking about some of these guys.
Let me just say about the offense, though, and I said this at our post-game show, but like Greg took Joe Burrow right off the get, man. But my favorite play from Joe Burrow was he shut them fuckers up so much that he literally counted down the fucking play clock while the play was going on. He was telling Ted Karras, like, we got time. 6, 5. Oh, my God. I lost it when he did that shit. I loved it.
Can I say CBS and NBC are my favorite game presentations. Like, they always have killer audio on the sideline where you can catch stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know, like I love watching games on NBC. I'm not a big Jason Garrett guy, but you know, I'm not a big Chris Collinsworth guy either. So I think I was fine with having Garrett on the broadcast.
Or Tony Romo.
I
can't stand
Man, Romo was driving me nuts just listening to him talk about timeouts before halftime. And like one team would be called, and then he's like, did that team call it? I wouldn't have done that. And then it's like, no, the other team, like, what are you even talking? And he was just infatuated with it for like 20 minutes. Like,
when he's on there.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's weird.
When he's on there and he's talking shit about a quarterback or something, like, you can't do that or you ain't going to get a playoffs. I'm thinking, bitch, what the fuck did you do? Like, look, you did good for your career or whatever, but it's not like you went into the playoffs and made a fucking run either. So shut the fuck up. Tom Brady says that shit has got weight behind it. What fuck's Tony Romo know about getting to the Super Bowl? Except driving there as a fucking commentator. Settle down, Tony Romo.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, we'll move to the defense, and we'll let Dustin start since we made him go last, so he can pick whoever he wants from the defense for his defensive game ball from the Ravens game.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to let's go DJ Turner. Just shutting dudes down once again. Like, I think their receivers combined for like 4 catches or something. Didn't really give, like, when Lamar dropped back, it wasn't like he was staring at open receivers. So we're just locking dudes up. And I can't wait to see that again this week because we're going to have to focus on stopping the run. And I'm fine with putting those guys on islands. So DJ Turner.
Yeah, have to.
Yep.
How about you, Greg?
I got to go Jordan Battle, man. I mean, that game-changing play. He got beat out, but he didn't quit at the end where he caused that touchback. And I think he led the team in tackles with 8 tackles, 6 solos. I mean, hats off to Jordan Battle for not giving up. Just shows you don't give up till the end. And he made a huge game-changing play that literally, I think, turned the whole game around. So hats off to Jordan Battle.
Yeah, he got cooked on that, but instead of giving up, it's like he hustled down, and that's why you never give up on a play. And I mean, that's such a huge swing in that game and all the momentum, and they would have had a nice little lead there too. And it's like, nope, all the momentum switched back to us. Things started looking up after that. So huge play in that game for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sarah was texting me when you guys started, but somebody already take my boy from that team up north.
DJ Turner, yeah.
All right. So that's easy because then after that, boom, our fucking dude's stepping up. The dude that we got no chance of retaining for next year, Joseph Osai with 2 sacks. That fucking dude has put it on. Where in the fuck has this guy been at? You know what I mean? But agents David Malagueta, if we're signing him to a multi-year deal, I have trouble seeing that happen. But I give my defensive game ball to Joseph Osai for that pressure he got. Did everybody already go?
Yeah, no,
I haven't.
My play of the game for Joseph Osai is when he's eating the turkey leg, and your best friend Orlando Brown's like, "Bro, are you okay?"
Yeah, he couldn't even talk.
They thought he was choking.
He was choking the chicken, turkey, choking on the turkey,
Choking on the turkey. Yeah,
not choking chicken.
Yeah, I haven't listened to that, but we can get to this after this. So
I texted
with the
that.
Trey and different stuff, and Zach sounds annoyed, and the quiet quitting is like
is
what's
Trey
going
doing
on
the
there.
AJ Green shit?
I don't know, man. We don't know what's going on exactly, but I'll just stick with it. Then you went Osai, I'll go Murphy. So the guys that are getting more snaps because he's out. Murphy is the one who got his hand on that ball that led to the Demetrius Knight interception, gave them no hope of a comeback at that point. If they could have scored, they could have kind of got back in things there late, made it close. That shut that shit down. So, and it's not just for this one game, too. It's like Miles Murphy's really stepped up. You've seen it build in the last few weeks. And it's like, now you just got to keep it up. These young guys got to keep it up. You know, I'm not crowning them, but, man, I'm excited because they're flashing and they're showing that they can be guys with a lot of potential. And it's not just like talent, it's effort. Effort goes a long way in the NFL. Like Murphy chased down Derrick Henry about 40 or 50 yards down the field. And like, that means something. And then it's like the next play, Osai, you know, he's coming from backside pursuit on a reverse, and he gets that play for a negative loss. And then it's 2 plays later when Murphy gets his hand in there and that interception happens. So effort directly led to success on that drive alone. Like Henry could have just broke it. You know, that's happened to us before. No one's hustling down the field. The guy takes it onto the house. Instead, you hustled, you made the stop, then you end up keeping them from getting any points. So shout out Miles Murphy. A lot of defensive guys, like we said, Jalen Davis could get one. I think Geno Stone's had some moments where he started to tackle better the last couple weeks. Obviously, they all got to keep it up, but it's been nice to see this. And Al Golden gets one for having these guys still playing and playing better.
One more game ball. Money Mac. Boom. Just been money all season. Like Dale, I think you said, it's like Joe Burrow's MVP season last year. I mean, in my opinion, I don't know what the kicking stats are, but Money Mac, in my opinion, is having a Pro Bowl year easily.
Well, shit, if we're giving out game balls to the special teams, I'll go. Who's that? Snap Wagner, right?
Will Wagner.
I'll give it to Will Wagner, man.
I won't. I'll give it to Rico,
either.
not for his punting. I'll give it to Rico for all the balls that he has to get that are up here and get them down for McPherson.
Yeah.
This holding has been great for Rico because there's been some snaps that I'm like, ooh, those were.
Yeah. Yeah. I always, because the procedure was so messed up last year too, or the year before, that I'm like actually watching the snap closely now. And he's been snapping pretty high on the extra attempts.
It's not his fault that Rico's not a little taller.
Rico's like 6'4" for a punter.
I've seen hey, Orlando Brown 6'8", so that's Rico.
So
and I'll throw in a game ball to Lamar because there were times Lamar had guys wide open. Everybody talks about how Lamar is a great passer. I mean, how many times have we seen Lamar have guys wide open?
Everybody doesn't include me. I've always said he's not an accurate passer.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like he had guys wide open at times. If I'm a Ravens fan, like Dale, I know we talked about this last time. I'm a Ravens fan. I'm worried about Lamar right now. Last 3 games.
Well, we got the Ravens in 2 weeks, so I'm just going to zip it on that one.
Yeah, right.
I don't want him coming out and throwing for 400.
They're going to be coming with fucking attitude too. You can.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. We're taking it one game at a time.
100%. We're 4-8, dude. We still suck. Like,
I'm just
the rest of the division has sucked so bad that we can have hope this season. It's more about the rest of the division than it is about us.
Well, I'm also yes and no. I mean, like when you watch the NFL games yesterday, like I feel like we're better than like 80% of the teams that played. You know,
doesn't matter with the record.
Yeah,
you know what's better? Hey, you guys know what's better than 100% of the teams? Midwest Best Barbecue and the Chop Shop, proud sponsors of this show. Always 100% of the time better than everybody else.
That's a fact.
Well, I want to get into the Bills game too, but before we do that, we'll stick with this week. There's still one game to be played tonight: the Giants and the Patriots. And we all picked the Patriots. Dustin has the Giants. He could get a game up here, but I went 9-6 on my picks so far this week. It's not good enough, man. I got to perform better. I'm letting the team down here and letting myself down. I got to perform better in these coming weeks because my huge lead is starting to dwindle. This guy named Pork Chop is now only 5 games behind me for the season because Chop went 11-4 this week, and Dustin went 10-5. But Big Savage over here went 13-2. Like, did he Back to the Future this shit? 13-2.
When Dale told me that, I'm like, shut the hell up.
The only picks he missed was he had Detroit over Green Bay, and then he picked Atlanta over the New York Jets. Who could have predicted the Jets to get a win? None of us did, and the Jets won. So you can't even be mad about missing on that one.
I went back and forth with Green Bay. I'm like, the last second I regret. I'm like, I should have taken Green Bay.
This sets up for a crazy Thursday night game this week because I think it'll pretty much be an elimination game for the Cowboys and the Lions on Thursday Night Football. So there's a chance Lions miss the playoffs. How the NFC set up.
Damn.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see if the Cowboys choke, but that feels like 2 teams going in different directions right now. The Cowboys have been playing pretty good football since trading for Quinnen Williams, and the Lions, beyond that 1 week, as you mentioned, Dustin, when Campbell took over play calling, they weren't playing a very good team. And it was a 1 week aberration, and it's not something they were able to sustain. And they haven't looked very good since then either. So it looks like 2 teams going in opposite directions. My Portsmouth Spartans are struggling, and Cowboys are not a team that I care for, but you got to give them some respect. They're playing good football.
Yeah, they wanted to crown Dan Campbell after 1 game against a shitty defense. It's like, man, we got to let things play out a little bit, guys, before we just Dale,
what was my Super Bowl prediction last year?
It was the Bengals and the Cowboys. Man,
I was a year off. They're both heating up at the right time.
Where's the game?
We have to find a way to beat the Buffalo Bills, Crypt Keeper, the Buffalo Bills. So we're going to get into talking about that game. Josh Allen versus Joe Burrow, always great TV. I don't mind the fact the game was moved to 1 o'clock because I think 1 o'clock games are just fine. I know it screwed up some of Pork Chop's plans, but this was a primetime spot. I bet they're kicking themselves for moving that now after the Bengals beat the Ravens and the Bills beat the Steelers. So it's setting up for like the AFC North is still there. It's still Josh Allen versus Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, James Cook's playing some great football. That's the biggest thing for me. And it's not just stopping James Cook. It's stopping Josh Allen on 3rd and shorts from running the ball for first downs, keeping the chains moving because he is one of the best in the NFL short yardage situations. He just broke Cam Newton's record for most touchdowns rushing by a quarterback in his career because he's just money in those situations. He's a big son bitch. He's hard to stop. So my initial thoughts of that game is I'm kind of with Dustin, I don't think they got these great receivers or anything, but I do think Khalil Shakir is an okay receiver. I think they've got good tight ends that we're going to have to make sure that we keep in check. But to me, it's all about James Cook and the run game. You have to be able to slow that down and not let him run wild because he's having a fantastic season for them. And a big piece of why they're still, a good team because they've struggled a little bit on all sides of the ball. I feel like the rest of the season, but James Cook has been just excellent for them.
Yeah. That's their identity now. Since Joe Brady has taken over. I mean, Josh won the MVP last year, but he had like one of his lower statistical years. And I think yesterday he only threw for, I don't know, was a $180 or something, and they won. I mean, I think if you want to watch why you pay receivers, watch the Steelers and the Bills game from last night. Like, nobody's getting open down the field. It just limits like what you can do offensively. So if we can stop, it's all about stop. I'm fine with just bringing everybody up in the box, and like if they beat our DBs with Shakir or Coleman or whoever else they throw out there. I know they signed Gabe Davis back. Like I'm down with the winning that way. But stack the box, let Turner and Hill and Jalen Davis cover dudes 1-on-1, put them on islands, and let's win that way.
Yeah, I'm with you. Chop, Greg, you guys have any initial thoughts on the Bills versus Bengals matchup this week?
Before we get into that, I kept trying to ask, where's the game being played at Thursday between Dallas and Detroit? I was just curious.
It is in Detroit.
Okay. But yeah, no, about the Bills, I mean, like you said, Dale, like I keep telling you, like you probably tell your students, when you take a test, take one question at a time. We'll concentrate on the Bills. I mean, we treat every game like it's like it's the biggest game of your life and all that, man. I mean, we have good history against the Bills. We usually do well against them, but I'm still going to treat it like it's you got to treat this one like it's do or die or something. So that's how I look at it. I mean, I think we have a chance always, but just be on your tippy toes. That's all I say.
Man, we got along with the Bills until we beat them. And then they all fucking turned on us. They all became assholes and fuck you, Cincinnati, and all this because they thought we weren't going to go up there and beat them in their house. And Joe did. And then they got all pissy. I mean, you're going to ask me my opinion of this game. Like, this is the game. I mean, everything before that, okay. And you got me hoping that shit can happen. But this game right here, if you can go up there and our defense looks like it did Thursday night again next Sunday, I'm in. All the fucking way in, man. I'm pretty hyped up now seeing how we played against the Ravens. But if we go up to Buffalo and we fucking put it on them and our defense shows up, gets a couple sacks on Josh Allen, does a pretty good job, keeps the score down below 20 again, I'm all the fucking way in, man. I'm really looking forward to this game.
Yeah, keep that aggressiveness that we had on Thursday with the blitzing.
Yes.
Keep that going. I think the Bills have some banged up guys. I don't know if they're returning this week. I was trying to find the injury report from today. But nonetheless, they have a middle of the pack defense. Their pass defense is actually pretty good. But they've given up some yards running. So I think we can attack them with Chase Brown and open up things in the passing game. So looking forward to seeing, what we can cook up against their defense. Cause I think it can be had. And I think Burrow can have a good game. I don't know what the weather looks like for Sunday too, with all this crazy weather going on up in Buffalo. It could be another huge snowstorm again. Who knows?
Yeah, man. I'm just excited that, we got a win, a big win. But yeah, this was the Baltimore, Buffalo, Baltimore, back to back to back was always a stretch. It's wow, that looks brutal, but you got the first one and you put yourself in a position that you have to have all three of them. You can't be thinking about 2 out of 3, and I'm not trying to look ahead to the next one because I'm saying this is, Buffalo's the next one in the line, but you find a way to get this one in Buffalo, then you're back home against Baltimore. Then you finish out with Arizona, Miami, and Cleveland in your last 3. You got to take it 1 week at a time, but there's hope. And Pittsburgh and them play some tough games. Plus, you play the Ravens, so there's another chance for you to get a full game on them by beating them.
Yeah, I think we want the Ravens to beat the Steelers this week, and then we turn around and beat the Ravens, and then we have the tiebreaker over them, And then, the Steelers are just kind of feels like they're falling apart. Their defense was just getting gashed yesterday with the run game. And offensively, just Mason Rudolph, Aaron Rodgers is banged up. He's old. They have no receivers out of the
Rodgers looks like he's about to die.
Yeah, he took a
Rodgers is really good at blaming his teammates when shit starts to go downhill too.
Yeah. So It's really all about the Bengals, man. Like, I'm not even caring about what the other teams do at this point. We just got to, like, go win games and win every game we play. Like, if we lose the
100%.
game, we have to win every game. We should just focus on that mostly, you know?
It's the playoffs. Our fucking playoffs already started because, like, literally I thought, well, let's see. If the Ravens do come here and we go 1-1 with them, then literally I think the Ravens have to like lose like 2 games or something, because I feel like our way in is to win the division, because I don't think the record on
that's the only way in. There's no way in.
Yeah,
So-
it's the only way in.
So
Yeah.
we need Pittsburgh to lose, we need Baltimore to lose, and we need us to win, and we don't have any fucking wiggle room for a loss.
Nope. And it all starts in Buffalo. I mean, it's like it's playoffs.
Exactly.
It's playoff football.
It's fucking playoff football.
And, you know, you talk about, well, Burrow's kind of had Allen's number or Buffalo's number. Well, what do you think they're going to want to do? They're going to want to beat the Bengals
That's
just
true.
to feel good about themselves coming down the stretch
Yep.
and heading into the playoffs. Like, that'll be a huge notch for them to feel better about themselves. So they're going to be bringing everything they have in this game, too.
Yeah, they will. Yep.
Mhm.
And Joe
Yeah.
Brady knows Joe Burrow when they're
Yeah.
doing that planning too. I'm sure he's in those meetings.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just excited that we can play, because everything looks so dim that there was even like a slimmer of light, you know. It
Right.
makes the season a lot more enjoyable rather than like talking about draft.
It's
and
a shimmer of
whatever.
light, but it is intense. It's fucking intense, man. It's got me squinting.
It would
Okay.
get a lot more intense with a win in Buffalo.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah,
I'll tell you who the Bengals are in better shape than right now is that family down in Jersey where that girl was doing a speech. All of a sudden, all their Thanksgiving dinner, boom, falls all over the floor off that table. That's who the Bengals are doing better than.
Man, anybody know what the fuck this motherfucker's talking about?
No idea what he's talking about.
That was completely out of left field. I have no clue what he's talking about.
He's doing better than some woman that's Thanksgiving dinner fell
You
on.
didn't
the
remember that
floor.
video I sent you down? That video went viral. All the Thanksgiving food was on the table and it all fell down, kaboom, and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
That's
I
what the
somewhat
Bengals
remember
do.
that now.
yeah.
Okay.
I know we wanted to circle back around on the Trey thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way that Zach answered the questions, that felt like annoying, like quiet quit. Why did you put him on the IR? Well, we don't know if this guy, like, what his intentions are. He answered the question like he's not even, like, he's behind the scene with the trainers, because they asked if he's been in the meetings. That sounded weird too. So he just looked and sounded annoyed. So yeah, I don't know. Take what you will, you know.
My saying is he was doubtful 2 weeks ago. I mean, when you're doubtful, usually chances are you play next week or at least the game after that. I mean, we're not really hearing anything right now, so I don't know what to say right now. I mean, if I'm Trey, I'm playing for a contract here. I don't know.
Well, and it sounds like the message he put out a couple weeks ago was, well, if we still had a chance, I'd come back and play. Otherwise, I'd probably get surgery. That's the message media people were saying, you know, national media. You're guessing that came from somewhere. I'm guessing his camp, you know. So
And-
then we won this game. So are you pushing to get back or
That's
not?
so weak. That's so weak. I don't want him back if that's the attitude. I don't
Yeah,
care if we win the next 2 more games. Fuck him. Like, you know, you're quitting. Get
This
out
dude,
there.
you
Get out.
remember when he got hurt, though, he was bitching because he wanted to play and they held him out that game. And so, like, every game after that, I'm like, why the fuck is he not playing? And then this shit comes out and it feels like AJ Green all over to me. Like, no disrespect to AJ Green. He did great for our team, but you're a little bitch at the end with that injury shit, not wanting to get on the field. I don't understand it, man. I didn't see this coming from Trey. I didn't see it coming from AJ Green either. But, I mean, come on. You guys are out there and you are playing for a contract. Like, this guy is already north of 30, and next year it's a contract year. So who the fuck's he think's gonna pay him if he's not out there showing what he can do? And his last thing is he's over 30, he got injured and set the rest of the season out. What kind of stock does that improve for your for the free agency of someone giving you a fucking check? It just doesn't. Like, you're not getting that last check that you wanted to set up generational wealth if that's what you needed, because you got to get out there and show that 30 is not a number. Because as far as I'm concerned, everybody was fucking right going, Trey's almost 30, you know, why sign him for a multi-year? And I said some of that too. I do believe in that number. I wanted to keep Trey maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
Look what fucking happened. How many games we even get out of him this year? It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, and he's voted as a captain, and you guys are not wrong in the chat here. So like he's voted as a captain, and you're talking about Burrow getting out there and playing. And turf
Yeah.
toe is one of those things that just lingers and lingers. We saw it with Brock Purdy for the 49ers for weeks and weeks and weeks. And it's
And
like
they
Burrow's
know-
back out there, and he says, "Because I get paid a lot of money to play a kid's game." Well, so does Trey. So if you
Yeah.
can play at all, and it's pain tolerance, then get out there and play. If you need surgery, then go have surgery.
Yeah.
What are we waiting on?
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I know. I don't know the full details, so I'm not. Yeah, I don't know.
All
Yeah,
I
I just-
know is the dude he was pushing to come back that very next game, and they said no and held him out. And then since then, he hasn't come back. So it doesn't
And we'll
look
see.
good.
Yeah. So wanted to talk about that because I know that was kind of like something that's going to probably be on the Twitter land.
I don't want to believe it.
Well,
I don't want to believe that he's just like nursing the injury because he doesn't want to go in there because he doesn't see a way we're going to win. So what? We beat Buffalo. All of a sudden, he's better. He's like, oh yeah, let's go.
yeah, I don't like that. I'm not a fan
Last
of
game
that.
of the year, he comes back and gets 2 sacks.
Yeah, and I mean, like Greg said, we don't know. So like we're not trying to say, oh, maybe it is worse. Maybe he got more tests or whatever, and it revealed it to be worse. But from everything that was put out there, it makes it sound like he could really play if he really wanted to, right? And it'd just be a pain tolerance thing. And he
Based
put
on
surgery.
Trey.
And usually you don't declare a player doubtful right away that has it on. You know what I mean? Like it just like
On Monday.
on Monday, yeah. It's kind of like yeah. It's just something's going on. It's pretty obvious. So, but whatever. We'll move forward with our guys. You know what I mean? The guys that want to be out there playing for their teammates. That's the guys I want on the field, anyways. So.
Well, and I love what I'm seeing from Osai and Murphy, and they got like 80+% of the snaps, which is maybe too much. But when you're in win now mode, and we're saying it's all playoff football going forward. You got to have your best guys out there, and this guy, Cedric Johnson's playing some great football, and he has to continue to get a lot of snaps because he had 2 fumble recoveries, but he gets pressure. He's around the ball. He's solid as a run defender. Love what I'm seeing from Cedric Johnson too.
Yeah. He had juice last year. I remember that Denver game. He was getting pressure, and nice to see him back. I just think he adds something a little bit more like dynamic, a little bit different from Osai and Murphy. Maybe not the bull rusher that those guys are, but wins with speed. So I love what he brings to the table in those pass rush situations.
Well, he's certainly better than Cam Sample. So I don't need to see Campbell getting 20 snaps. Cam Sample with him sitting on the bench the rest of this year. I'll play Foskey. Foskey is in for one play. Perfect job setting the edge. Tosses the guy and makes the tackle on his one play. So he flashed on the one play he got to play. So, play these young guys that want to be here that are hungry. They're hungry to make any kind of money that Trey's made and is making. They just want a crumb of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, and this is the time of year where, it's good to be young because, your body can sustain so much more. You got a little more bounce in your step, that sort of thing. Obviously, you like the wily veterans when it's in these, playoff situations, but you also like those young guys that are just flying around. And, I mean, a lot of that defense is just –
He likes young guys.
Yeah, like
you
young
like
guys
those young guys
that are twitchy.
That's like the lady boys.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not offensive. That is literally what they're called. The Asian ones, because I know that Dustin.
Hey, man, that's what you never know, dude.
Bro.
You never know.
Jealous. Jealous.
To do the check. You got to do the check first.
That's right. You gotta give. Remember that Crocodile Dundee movie?
Yeah.
So is there anything else we want to touch on, Dustin? I know you said you got to hop off a little early. I don't know what time, but you want to talk a little Ohio State, Michigan or anything, Ohio State, Indiana, or any more about the Bengals, Buffalo, anything?
No, I'm sure we'll get into a little bit more matchup specific stuff on Friday with Buffalo. Yeah. But yeah, just, excited that we have an opportunity. Ohio State, Michigan, just business you know what I mean? Didn't make a big skirt after the game. I know we were texting maybe a little bit about that. I don't want to get our rivals too desanitized in college football. I like the pettiness, but I also kind of like that we just hey, we could have ran up the score with Julian throwing the ball, and it's just like, no, let's go on a 20-play drive and just run it down their throat. That was probably more the military, like it just that was awesome to see. I just think Ohio State, I just don't like how much talent they have. I have a hard time seeing another team if Ohio State's playing the way that they can play, beating them this year. So I think we're going to go on a special run because we can return 4/5 of our offensive line next year. We have some defensive guys that can come back. Like, we're in dynasty mode now, baby. So I love it.
We'll see how they do against Indiana. That'll be fun. I think that'll be fun. They're going to have a chance to play in some of these like domes too, where it's not snowing. I mean, they were still able to throw the ball around in the snow, but in these games, like, you want to talk about a track meet, Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, those guys. I mean, that's fun. And Bo Jackson, he was the X factor, man. 166 yards of offense. I mean, just the screen game, get him out in space. Like, oh, you want to double these guys? We'll just dump it off to the running back and let him make guys miss.
Dude, I remember talking about Bo Jackson his junior year when I think he committed. I was like, this guy's going to be a stud. I'm surprised they only gave him a 4-star rating. I thought he was definitely a 5-star, whatever. Who cares about those ratings, whatever. But
right.
Yeah, he's just got he's the full. He reminds me of Gibbs. He looks like a Gibbs, the way he runs, his burst. Like, if you run a 40 time with him, I'm sure he'll run like a 4.6. But like, his on-field speed is amazing. So I love that dude.
Let me ask you guys this college question. Like, is there a certain time that they have to enter the portal? I know that the portal is opening this week, right? So if a player wants to transfer to a school, do they have to enter the portal at this time, or can they do it at another time also?
No, they changed it back. They used to have 2 windows. They used to have a spring window too, and there's 1 window now. So this is it. Whatever this window is, they have to go in it now, which sucks. And that's like a lot of these coaches are mad because I think the window closes before the playoffs even close. So, like, if your team's making a deep playoff run, you can't even be like, you got to have your focus on.
So if you enter the portal, you get like, let's just take for an example, somebody from Ohio State enters a portal to go to LSU, right? And so does that mean at that time they can't finish their season with Ohio State?
They can, like somebody can say they're in the portal or whatever. The team would have to let them stay.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I can understand the
crazy.
thing like a coach, like poaching people, but do they think that the players will also poach other players from the team, and that's why they would tell them not to keep playing? I mean, like Ohio State, you guys got a fucking great team, man.
Well,
defense is crazy.
I think a lot of it is because there's such a gap between playing and the play. Like, a lot of teams could look at this as a development period, and you want to have a chance, like especially the bowl teams, like, because you have a month off. Like, you want your players that are going to be in the program for next year, so you want to use it as like extra practice development time. And I think at that point, if like you're going to transfer, like, it's time to go.
Well, also, isn't there something weird about you can take a red shirt, but these games don't count against your red shirt now?
Yeah, there's something like that.
Because I think CJ Hicks might be coming back for Ohio State. Like,
yeah,
I think he might be playing like in this Big Ten championship game, and because he wants to maintain a red shirt, he hasn't been playing since early in the season, and that's just crazy to me, man. College, they got some stuff they got to clean up with all that.
Yeah,
with the portal and I mean coaches too. Like the Lane Kiffin thing's obviously a mess for the Ole Miss team. But for Chop, he don't care because he's like, fuck him. I got Lane Kiffin, and that's my guy now.
About the whole state of Mississippi, the whole state of Mississippi, the whole state of Mississippi. I don't give a fuck about the whole state of Mississippi. I'm from Ohio. Go Tigers.
You root for LSU. See you, buddy.
See you, man.
See you.
See you, Dustin.
See you, boys.
Take care, buddy.
Yeah,
and somebody said, "Oh, you're so optimistic for a 4-18." Hey, listen, it's just a little hope, We ain't had no hope all season, so we're happy to have some hope.
You rubbed up on me, Dale.
That could completely be gone by next week, but till then, we're still in a playoff hunt because the rest of the AFC North sucks. That's our hope.
Dale rubbed off on me.
And Joe Burrow's back. That's our hope.
It's difference between rubbing off on you and rubbing you off, Greg. You gotta learn the difference, bro. You would have had a lot different experience at church camp if you would have known that difference back then.
Yeah. Also, yeah, is Lane Kiffin Brian Kelly 2.0? The streets
hope
are saying.
No.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I understand Lane Kiffin also comes with baggage. I understand that Lane Kiffin has left a fucking dust cloud in his wake pretty much everywhere he's went. But what the fuck ever. I'm looking forward to a fresh start, man, because what was going on couldn't keep going on. Like, our offense just fucking petered out. It was non-existent. So you bring Lane Kiffin in, who is a great offensive mind. He's bringing in his offensive people. Hopefully, our defense, Dale, you're scout. Our defense did pretty good. Keep our defense in place, our defensive coaches in place. Bring in your offensive coaches. Maybe add Coach O to the defensive line because he's such a good recruiter in that state. And then fucking let's do it, man. I'm really
also difference between him and Brian Kelly. Big difference is Kelly had no experience in the SEC, none whatsoever. This guy has tons of experience. He knows the SEC. I think this is a good hire for you guys, regardless of his past.
I do think so too. I think out of every coach that was available, like if you're looking at head coaches, I think Lane Kiffin was probably the best deal out of those. Now, some of these other coaches that were kind of in the mix can step up and show that that's not right. Like Summerall goes down to Florida. Maybe he does fucking great down there, you know. And then who's the one that went to Auburn? Or did that job even get taken?
Yeah, no, it did. I'm blanking on the name. There's so many that all happened so quick.
And then the guy got retained.
Was it Golash or whatever from South Florida that went to Auburn? He went somewhere. It might not have been. I can't keep up with it.
And the guy
from Tulane coach went to Florida, right? The Tulane guy went to Florida.
Yeah, that's Summerall.
That's Summerall, John Summerall. The only reason I even know these names, man, is because I'm just trying to keep up with all this shit going on with LSU. I normally don't know any of this in deep about fucking college football.
Well, Dale, we discussed this before the show, and I was listening to the radio this morning for Penn State. Is Penn State just waiting on somebody to finish a conference championship or something? Or
I just think Penn State, nobody really wants to go there too much. I don't know. I don't think it's as coveted a job as they thought, especially with all the other openings that happen. Now we'll see. I'm sure they'll still get somebody kind of decent because they'll throw some money at them. But yeah, maybe they want Coach Satterfield from Cincinnati. Maybe that's what Penn State needs, Greg.
Oh, God, please.
Yeah, there you go.
What about Hartline? Dale, Hartline's name. The guy on the radio did throw out Hartline.
Yeah, I mean, his name's been thrown out. Kentucky also fired Stoops. So Hartline and the guy from Oregon, the offensive coordinator there, his name's been tossed out. We'll see. We'll see if Hartline wants to go. Obviously, this is like when recruits can sign too. So Chris Henry Jr. hasn't said for sure he's signing with the Buckeyes. Like a lot of other ones are confirming their commitments and haven't seen that yet from him. So and also Wyatt Dixon, that he plays college football, which has got predicted to flip to USC, who's been committed to Ohio State.
There's a high school player that's committed to Oklahoma that decommitted also, and the belief is, and he's like supposed to be the top wide receiver going into college football. I want to say his last name might be Allen, maybe, or something like that. But anyway, he decommitted to Oklahoma, and the thought is that he's going to commit to LSU now.
Or Brian Kelly could go to Penn State. I've seen Daboll's name mentioned for Penn State too, that got fired by the Giants. Like, I think Daboll would be a decent hire for Penn State. And Brian Kelly, I could see him. Somebody, I don't know if it was a joke or not, but mentioned the Kentucky job for him, or Chip Kelly for the Kentucky job. I don't think either of those would be crazy because Kentucky just needs something. And if they can't get those top two guys from Oregon or Ohio State that they're wanting, those younger guys, they might just have to go that older route and take a retread like a Brian Kelly or Chip Kelly.
I heard Ole Miss is looking for a coach right now.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be his new family.
Well, didn't they just hire their defense coordinator? I know that he's coaching the playoffs, but I think they were just like, it's his job. They're just going to hire him as their head coach.
They were talking, they wanted their offensive coordinator to coach them through the playoffs, but the offensive coordinator got on the plane with Lane Kiffin to Baton Rouge. Now there's confusion because Ole Miss is kind of painting himself into the corner by giving deadlines and saying, if you get on that plane, you're gone. And then now, like Lane Kiffin is of course, like he's the head coach. He's going to take his guys. So he's taking his offensive guys down there. He's got the offensive coordinator. He's got the assistant offensive coordinator. He's got the running game coach. He's got all his guys. Nobody's fucking left to coach the offense at Ole Miss unless Ole Miss goes back on what they said and they let the coordinator come back and at least coach. I do feel bad for the kids in the program.
Oh, by the way,
I feel like Lane Kiffin carries some of the weight, but Ole Miss is the one that gave him a deadline. Lane Kiffin would have loved to not make the decision until after they were eliminated from everything. And LSU would have waited also. Ole Miss, I understand. I'm watching videos.
Now, would they have waited? Because we're talking about the portal opening. We're talking about signing day right now. It's important for the places getting these coaches. I will say, like Tulane, they might make the college football playoff because they're the highest non-Power 5 team. I mean, they're most likely in it. They still have, I think, a conference championship to play.
Ain't nobody bitching about John Summerall leaving his team, not coaching them in the playoffs.
No, he is.
What?
That's what I'm saying. They told him he can stay and coach through the playoffs. Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but like,
well, it's hard to do too. Like, he's leaving Tulane for Florida.
Yeah.
Like, Lane is moving from one SEC rival to the other.
Sure.
So you're like, it's a little tougher when you
got to realize though that all teams in the SEC are not created equal.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you know, if they did let Lane coach and he's already like, hey, I'm taking the LSU job, you really want that guy around your players here these next few weeks, trying to tell them to come to LSU while he's
going to take them all anyway. What do you think? He doesn't have their goddamn phone number? Yeah.
Well, they're still trying to play in the playoffs. So those players might be like, no, I'm committed here and I'm trying to win here with my teammates here. I'm just saying, I can understand why they couldn't let him stay and do it, because it's literally like in the same conference.
Is that Chambliss Trinidad? Does he go in the draft this year?
He's supposed to, but I seen something that he's trying to file a waiver to you know how it goes. Diego Pavia did one. He's playing in his 7th season or whatever.
For Ole Miss, I hope. I really don't want him.
I don't know, man. He might. I mean, if he's trying to get one, he might be going with Lane there. You might have Trinidad Chambliss as your next. I mean, he's been a good quarterback this year, but we'll see. But that's your college football talk. That's your LSU.
By the way, Chop, a quick LSU update in the NFL. Terrace Marshall signed with the Eagles practice squad that we wanted on the Bengals forever, pretty much.
I mean, do we though? I
know.
I mean, Yoshi finally caught a touchdown, and I know Mitch Tinsley didn't have a good game, but I still think Mitch Tinsley with Higgins back should still get a little more of those snaps for Yoshi. And I understand Yoshi plays in the slot more, but you could put Chase in the slot a little more.
It's true.
And let Tinsley at least was getting open, or he's in position to make the catches. Like, now you got to run out that one. You would have had a touchdown. Like, that's on you 100%. Yeah. But there's something about Tinsley. I think he's still a guy. You know what I mean? He's still a guy you want to see continue to get opportunities, because clearly it's not going to be Jermaine Burton coming on anytime soon, because that guy can't even get active when there's injuries.
Hey, look at Keon Coleman got suspended for 1 game by Sean McDermott for conduct.
I think it was 2. I think it,
2. I mean, why the fuck can't we do that? Why can't we just suspend a guy for a couple games and then put him back, and then if he fucks up again, you know? I don't know, man. Whatever's going on with him, with them, their feelings toward him, there's clearly no faith. And I can't imagine Burrow wants him to jump in there, and he don't have any faith in him. So, like, what is the purpose? If the kid even did have a chance anywhere else, it's fucked. I mean, I think they'd bring up Kendrick Pryor again from the practice squad before they would have him. If there was multiple wide receiver injuries, I think they'd keep going down the list of guys before they'd even let him play. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. After this season, probably gone. I don't know. We'll see. Next season, isn't he? He is, but I think I'm just wondering if the Bengals are going to make him sit on the fucking bench for 4 years. I think financially it doesn't help them at all to let him go. But next year, I think they can save it's just like $1 million in cap. Like, they would still have some dead money, but they would at least save $1 million toward the cap if they cut him before next year. So they might just say, we'll take the $1 million at that point. Yeah. You know, on the cap, because we're just done with you. Right. Yep. But yeah, I don't really have anything else. We're almost an hour in. I mean, the Bengals didn't have a game. We did a couple shows. You know, we did our post-game show already. Monday, Friday, we'll break down that game more. It is still Victory Monday for sure. The Steelers loss was huge because they're 6-6. The Ravens are 6-6.
And 4-8's terrible. Don't get it twisted. But that puts you 2 games back with as bad as it's been, you're 2 games back out of the division lead with a chance to play Baltimore, in 2 weeks. So a chance to immediately cut into one of those games. And the Steelers just don't look good. But the Ravens didn't look good. We'll see. We have to beat Buffalo before any of this matters. So it's a huge game. At least we can talk about there's a chance.
Yeah.
And, hey, we want to see us win. I ain't even thinking about getting a top 10 draft pick. I want to win and try to make the playoffs right now.
I do
Why
now.
not? Why
I
not
was a top
us?
10 draft pick, man, but Joe came back, and now I'm like, fuck it. Let's win the Super Bowl. Let's win me $15,000.
Yeah. But I appreciate everybody tuning in, chatting with us, being in the comments. You guys are great. We love you. And I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And be careful. I think it's supposed to snow a lot here in Ohio.
Only
I know
in
Greg's
only
not
at
excited.
Blue Ash.
Well, no, get this. So get this. So I normally when I plow snow, I'm in a cab and all that. I'm in a lumber that's a cab. That went down. So my only other option now is to use my lawnmower that I use in the summertime with no cab. So it's going to be fun for me this whole winter.
Normally,
Well-
Greg he can be a pussy. But tomorrow he's going to have to man up and let his balls drop. Even though it's going to be cold and they'll be shriveled up, they'll still be hanging low enough because
Yeah, if I die from
man
pneumonia,
up.
I love you.
He's
Hey,
going to drive the outdoor fucking tractor.
if
And
I
he's
die
not
from
going to
pneumonia,
chase any students with snow blowers.
no, I will not. And if I die from pneumonia, you guys can have my car.
Well, I mean, Greg, we're going to sit outside and watch a football game here in a couple weeks. And it's going to be cold then too, bro.
I'm just kidding. No,
You
no,
might
I'll be
get pneumonia from that.
Selling that hopium again. They got me on it.
Well,
I've been
Dale,
hitting it since Thursday.
Hey, Dale, you're probably going to get off work tomorrow. You should be happy for the snow.
We'll see.
Oh, stop it. You'll be off of
The
work.
snow-
I got
up
stuff
there,
to do,
too?
man. I got to go back some point.
Yeah, I got it. Look, man, snow. I have to go to work. So move, bitch. Get out the way. Big Fancy's coming through.
Chop will be wearing a Santa costume
That's
at the
true.
next Bengals home game.
Yep. I did it last year.
Trying to get some women to sit on his lap. I know
Hell
what he's
yeah.
doing.
Poke
But
little-
yeah, everybody